Italy, famed for its exquisite cuisine, awe-inspiring architecture, and iconic fast cars, has long been celebrated as the cradle of Roman civilization. Yet, in recent years, this land of old-world charm faces a pressing issue: a surge in undocumented migration. What was once a nation largely perceived as homogeneous now grapples with the reality of an influx of immigrants. In 2023 alone, Italy saw over 155,000 undocumented individuals arrive on its shores, sparking debates about the causes of the country's social and economic struggles. But to focus solely on immigration as the root of Italy's challenges is to miss the full story. Before the 1980s, Italy was often seen as culturally and linguistically uniform, a misleading oversimplification. The truth is, Italy has always been a patchwork of dialects, traditions, and regional identities. Fast forward to the late 20th century, and we see the first real transformation. To understand this, we need to take a quick detour to Germany. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 didn't just signify newfound freedom. It also marked a pivotal moment for Europe as a whole. The collapse of Eastern European socialism brought economic instability, driving thousands from Romania, Albania, Ukraine, and beyond to seek opportunities in the West. Italy, with its booming agricultural, construction, and manufacturing sectors, became a prime destination. This wasn't merely a wave of migration, it was a societal shift, layering Italy's already complex social fabric with new languages, customs, and perspectives. With each new arrival, Italy found itself increasingly challenged to redefine what it meant to be Italian in a rapidly evolving Europe. Italy's strategic position at the heart of the Mediterranean has long made it a hub for cultural exchange and commerce. But this same location also places it at the crossroads of migration, particularly from Africa and the Middle East. The Arab Spring of 2010 fascinated. 2011 brought further waves of migrants from North Africa and the Middle East, particularly from countries like Tunisia, Egypt, Syria, and Morocco, seeking refuge from political and social turmoil. But migration to Italy didn't stop there. The country also began welcoming individuals from far-flung regions like South Asia, China, the Philippines, and even Latin America, many of whom sought to reclaim Italian citizenship through ancestral ties. As of 2024, Italy's population stands at around 59 million, with approximately 5.3 million foreign nationals, making up about 9% of the population. This figure doesn't include undocumented immigrants or naturalized foreign-born citizens, meaning the real number of immigrants is likely much higher. In fact, it's estimated that more than 10% of Italy's population consists of individuals born outside the country. This shift has ignited debate across the political spectrum. On the left, immigration is viewed as a possible solution to Italy's looming demographic crisis. Like many European nations, Italy is struggling with an aging population and a declining birth rate. As of 2021, Italy's fertility rate stood at just 1.25 children per woman, one of the lowest rates globally. Without sufficient young workers, Italy's economy is slowing, and its workforce is shrinking. Proponents of immigration argue that young immigrants can fill labor shortages and help sustain the country's social security system, contributing to GDP growth. Immigrants made up 9% of Italy's GDP in 2021. Yet, the story isn't that simple. While some see immigration as an economic lifeline, others point to the strain that rising immigrant populations place on public services. Critics, particularly from right-wing political parties, argue that immigrants compete with native Italians for jobs, especially in low-wage sectors. Public services, education, healthcare, and housing, are struggling to keep up with increased demand, leading to overcrowded schools, longer hospital wait times, and rising housing costs in urban areas. Right-wing parties have gained traction, advocating for stricter immigration policies. Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni's administration, for example, has cracked down on migrant rescue operations, seizing their ships and imposing stricter disembarkation rules, amid accusations of collusion with human smugglers. In response to growing concerns, Italy's government has also tightened immigration laws through the Salvini security decrees, which replaced humanitarian protection permits with more restrictive special case permits. These changes allow for the detention of migrants for up to 18 months while their asylum applications are processed. Following a tragic shipwreck in 2023 that resulted in the deaths of over 90 migrants, further measures were introduced, including harsher penalties for human smugglers and the so-called Cutro Decree, which severely limited the special protection status previously granted to migrants with family or economic ties in Italy. Italy is also part of a broader European Union effort to tackle the migration crisis. In 2024, Italy, along with 21 other EU countries, reached a historic agreement to implement stricter asylum procedures. These include expedited processes for those unlikely to receive asylum and a redistribution system requiring EU countries to either accept 30,000 new immigrants annually or contribute financially to support hosting nations. However, this approach has faced criticism from civil rights groups who warn that it could lead to overcrowded refugee camps and the prolonged detention of minors, echoing past crises in Greece. As Italy remains the primary entry point for migrants into Europe, the debate surrounding immigration will likely intensify. What is clear is that immigration is not just an economic or social issue for Italy. It's a deeply polarizing subject that will continue to shape the nation's future. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more amazing content. Good luck, and see you in the next video.